Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Stories Decode. So at the beginning of the film, we see a girl who opens the grave of a dead man with her brother and lies down in it. She was Sita. She wanted to know if people would be punished for their bad deeds after death or not. Her brother puts the last piece of the grave and sits next to her. The girl turns on the camera as soon as the grave is closed. Outside the grave, it is shown that a snake was coming inside the grave from above, which Sita's brother did not notice and did not inform Sita about it. The reason behind Sita's strange experiment was her past. She had lost her mom and dad in a bomb blast in front of her eyes. And since then, she had this thought in her mind that good people do not always have a good end. Bad people take advantage of the world, and even after death, they do not get any punishment and no reward is given to good people. As they were told in Lillian's study, after the death of Sita's parents, Sita and her brothers were left in the orphanage years ago, where Lillian's teacher tells her that the consequences of bad people are bad, even if they meet them after death. But Sita did not believe in this, and to prove her teacher wrong, she went to a room for her brother. In this room, no one had gone before Sita because it was believed that this room is a ghost and people disappear as soon as they enter it. She went inside with her brother Adil, and when she went inside more, she did not find anything but darkness. And what is more strange is that when she went inside more, Adil and Sita were not able to see each other and were not able to hear each other's voice. Sita is worried about her brother, and when she goes ahead, she sees a child in this tunnel who was very scared and frightened. This was not a child but his soul, and when he told his name to Sita in a strange way, Sita got scared. The child told his name Ismail in a little scary way. That's why Sita got scared and came out of the tunnel, where she saw that Adil was waiting for her with the villagers. These people were left in the orphanage again, where despite coming, Sita had only one question in her mind: that how did Ismail's soul come in this tunnel? Why is his soul wandering like this? She started following the teachers and the people who work here and started listening to them. And one day when a teacher and a caretaker were talking, Sita found out the real identity of Ismail. She found out that this orphanage belonged to a very rich man, but he did not make this orphanage for a good purpose. He did not make this orphanage to support the children, but he made this orphanage for himself. He supported the helpless children here and took away the children he liked. The rich people misused that child, and Ismail was also one of those unfortunate children with whom many rich people had done injustice. And since then his soul was wandering in that tunnel. Sita hears that this time he had chosen Adil. The teachers say that after that night Ismail was not seen by anyone, but Sita had seen him in the tunnel. Now Sita immediately goes to her brother to save her brother's life. But before she could catch her brother, she caught her brother in two hands. Sita could be a threat to them. That's why they also caught Sita and locked her in the storeroom, whose windows and doors were sealed. To save her brother, Sita fought her mind and tried to break these sealed windows with the help of her scarf, in which she also succeeded. As soon as she came out, the caretaker came to her. She had brought some money and important things for Sita, so that she can save her brother and go far away from here. The caretaker also told where they were taking Sita's brother. While running away from the forest, Sita reached the road from where she had to take Adil. She hit a stone and first distracted the driver and then ran away from there, saving her brother. After which the scene was cut and we were shown Sita grown up after 10 years, who now works in an old age home. Despite the passing of time, Sita's mind had the limit of her mom and dad, and at that time, it did not come to mind that the end of bad people is the same as that of good people. After death, only bad people live in the world. Even after death, they do not care, and neither do good people get any reward or peace. Now she wanted to prove this and was ready to go to any extent for it. For this experiment, she chooses the owner of her orphanage, who used to rape children as a child. He was living in his old age home at this time. First, she collects all the evidences of his bad deeds, and then she intoxicates the old man and makes him confess all his sins. And with the realization of all these bad things, he dies. Love Pai's children also knew about all his bad deeds, but Love Pai was very rich, so he did not say anything to him. After death, none of his sons support him. Old age home is his funeral. Adil wakes him up, after which he is buried in a coffin. Now Sita wanted to see what would happen to this bad man after death. That's why she went to the grave. This is the same scene that was being shown to us at the start of the movie. After lying in the grave, Sita turned on her mobile, while Adil said to her that if there is any problem, then call me, and he sat close to the grave. Now a snake started coming near the grave, which Adil noticed after a while. That's why he immediately took Sita out of the grave. As long as Sita was in the grave, nothing abnormal happened there. That is, her thought was proved to be true. Bad people are not punished after death. This is what she goes to tell in a morning show, and there she also takes her recording. crying. But as soon as the recording is played, there was nothing there. It was found that Adil had deleted everything, and no one trusted Sita's words. Sita screamed and cried. She asked Adil, "Why did you do this?" Adil says that he did not find it right to do all this. By doing this, bad people will get more share and no one will respect good people. Adil says to Sita, "You are also not good. You also did not think of anyone but yourself. You did not even do your duty properly in the old age home. It was your duty." Sita lost her heart to Adil's words, and she went home and took a picture of her parents and cried a lot. While crying, she felt as if she had been called by Lao Pai. Following the voice, she went to a room, but there was no one here. Lao Pai was dead. When she closed the door of this room, she heard the voice of Lao Pai again. As soon as she turned around, there was a shadow. When she went near, she saw an old lady who lived in this old age home. She was crying and told Sita that her husband was cheating her. She lived with her here. When Sita went with her, she saw that her husband was spending time with a nurse. Seeing this, she started screaming a lot. All the old age home people gathered here. That woman was not able to bear this trauma at this age. She wanted to kill this man, but Sita stopped her and took her from here. At night, when this old woman starts doing laundry, her ring gets stuck in the washing machine. When she went inside to take it out, she accidentally pressed the button of the washing machine, and she died in the laundry. As soon as everyone heard her scream, they took her out. But by then it was too late. The man was very saddened by his wife's death, because he had not even apologized to his wife yet. In this shock, he was crying and going crazy. Sita wanted to do something for this old man. Adil's words were on her heart, so she went to a shaman who lived in her old age home, and she asked, "Can she do something to call the soul of the old woman?" The shaman agreed, and she sat on a round table with some elders, where they lit some candles. They had one less man. They asked Sita to sit here, but Sita was scared. But without Sita, their ritual had to be completed. Forced Sita had to sit. By doing the ritual, the soul of the old woman came inside the shaman. The shaman started speaking in the voice of the old woman who had died. As soon as she heard her voice, her husband tried to apologize to her, but the old woman said, "I will not forgive you like this until you kill the woman with whom you deceived me." As soon as she heard this, Sita felt something was wrong. She immediately asked the shaman to stop this ritual, but then all the old people started speaking in the voice of the old woman. Kill that woman. Sita felt threatened, so she got up from the ritual. She lit all the candles and opened the curtains. She broke this ritual and immediately went to save the life of that nurse. She had just reached the nurse and was about to tell her something, that the old man also came to kill the nurse. Sita took her to a room to save her and closed the door, but there was already another man with her, who stabs her in the stomach and kills her. He asks the old man, "Why did you kill this innocent?" To which the old man replies, "That I do not want sorrow after death. That woman had asked me to punish this girl, and I gave it." Hearing this, Sita doubted. Sita felt that she had seen Sita's morning show, but Sita could not prove anything in that morning show, whether dead people are punished or not. She searched on the internet. She found out that after Sita's show, many people were impressed with Sita, and they repeated Sita's experiment. And this time, many strange things recorded with people, those who were not good, from their graves. Screams and shouts were recorded, and some graves got peace, which meant that after death, really, punishment is given. Sita was surprised to see all this. She thought, then why did not all this happen with Lao Bai? Thinking this, she immediately dug Lao Bai's grave and decided to go inside again. But what did she see in Iran Kundal? What she saw, there was not even the bones of Lao Bai. Suddenly, the soil of the grave and the leaves of the grave started falling on top of it. To escape from them, she digs a hole in the front and goes inside it. As soon as she made her way from behind, the soil closed her last way. Sita kept moving forward, and she found a tunnel. In which tunnel she went, this was the same tunnel inside which she found Ismail. That tunnel was not here in this city. Sita thought, maybe due to lack of oxygen, she is having hallucinations. But the next moment, she heard Ismail's old voice, which made her realize that he is inside the same tunnel. When she came inside the tunnel, she saw Sita's childhood outside a glass window. Her parents were standing, waving their hands for her. Sita got emotional when she saw them. She started crying when she saw them. And the next moment, all these things disappeared. The tunnel became the same again. In in which she started moving forward, and at this time, she heard Lao Bai's regret and the sound of screaming. When Sita went ahead, she met her orphanage friends, in front of whom Ismail was standing. Sita thought, maybe this is her hallucination. She remembered, there are ghosts, but until you don't believe them, you can't see them. She closed her eyes and made up her mind that she can't see anything here, and when she opened her eyes, again in front of her, there were orphanage kids. Now Ismail came in front of her and started scolding her. He said, why did you leave me that day? Didn't you understand that day that I was scared? Someone was coming behind me. Hearing this, Sita got worried, and then she heard someone coming from above. It was the sound of a monster. Seeing this, Ismail said to Sita, I am not scared anymore, and you don't be scared of this. To save yourself from this, you jump in the tunnel with me. The tunnel was very deep. Nothing was coming inside. The monster was also coming towards them. That's why Sita jumped in the tunnel with Ismail, and suddenly, when she regained consciousness, we found her lying with Lao Bai. Sita turned around. Lao Bai was lying next to her. Whatever she saw, she thought it was a scary dream. She screamed and called Adil, but there was no one outside. No one came to help her. Now a snake came inside the grave and climbed on Sita. She bit Sita, and then it went inside Lao Bai's mouth. As soon as it went inside the snake, Lao Bai got up and sat down. Someone tore Lao Bai's head with a hammer. Tears of blood fell on Sita's face, and she was completely scared. But this was just the beginning. Lao Bai broken, and that's how this story unfolded. What do you think about it? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more movie breakdowns.